Hello and welcome to a video on 2-look PLL. Now there are two stages to 2-look PLL. The first one is getting all the corners in their correct place, or permuting all the corners. And that is what PLL stands for, permutation of the last layer, which is getting all the pieces where they need to go after they've been oriented. And as you can see here, ignore the edges for now, we're just looking at corners. As you can see, these two need to swap, and that is what we call an adjacent corner swap. Now, if we have these two headlights here, these two pieces are the same, meaning they're in their correct place. But now we need to swap these two, and the way we do that is this algorithm. It's a bit longer, but yeah. Have these on the left-hand side, have these mismatched ones on the right, and what we do is we do R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And that has fixed up all of the all the corners. Now you can see they're all in their correct place. Let me just set up another case. And as you can see here, all of the there are no headlights. We have no headlights, and that's because we need to swap them on the diagonal. And coincidentally, this is the 1-look PLL case that this algorithm solves. So we're going to have a solve cube after this. But yeah, if you have no headlights anywhere, do this algorithm. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And as you can see, that has swapped the diagonals and coincidentally solving the cube. Yeah, but now those are the only two cases you can get for corner permutation. And now we're going to move on to edge permutation. I'm just going to set up. Wrong one. Here we go. Now, I'm going to show you all three possible algorithms that you can use for this case, and the next one as well. As you can see, we have a 3-cycle of edges. This one is solved. We hold that in the back, this one at the front, and we notice that this one needs to go over here to the opposite side because red and orange are opposites. So red needs to go over here. Having seen that, we're going to call this 3-edge cycle 1 because the right side needs to go opposite. And the way that I've listed it here is you do R, U prime, R, U prime, R, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. Now that is an RU U-perm. Now that is what that's called. It's called a U-perm because it swaps 3 cycles, and this kind of looks like a U, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to show you a different way you can do it. So yeah, set up the case again, and what we do here is we do M2, U, M, which goes down, U2, M prime, which goes up, U, M2. But there is one more way. I would either recommend that way, the M way, or this way that I'm about to show you. So you want to hold it like this, with this on the left, the opposite edge in the back, pinch it like this, R2, U prime, S something, move this middle layer down with your finger back here, U2, move it back up, match the top layer with the U prime, R2. Now that is called an S-slice U-perm, and that is the U-perm that I personally use because it's very fast, it's reliable for the most part, and you can do it very quickly. Most of the time it's reliable. I can't do MU perms quite as fast, but yeah. Now we're going to move on to the second case, the second 3-cycle, which is the second U-perm. And the way we do this, I'm just going to set this up real quick. Here we go. We have the opposite edge on the left this time, and it needs to go, and so we hold the correct edge in the back. This one on the left, we notice that, so this is the second cycle of the 3-edge swap. And for this we do R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. However, as you probably guessed, there's more to this section. This is the easier U perm, I feel, for the M slice, because instead of doing U's, you're doing U primes, which is much easier. For this we do M2, U prime, M, U2, M prime, U prime, M2. However, there is again one more algorithm, so we're going to hold the opposite edge in the back again, and we're going to have this one on the right. We're going to grab this, U2, U. I grab it like that for some reason. Bring the middle slice back up. U, R2, or L2 rather. Now I recommend either this or that. Don't bother doing all like that and that. I don't know why I even showed you that. I don't recommend doing that. Don't do that. Because that's just, it might be fast for you. So do give it a go, but I just wouldn't recommend it. Now the next one, I've messed up the whole cube. Give me 1 second. Oh, this is so unprofessional of me. I frequently mess up this algorithm. But yeah, as you can see, these two edges need to swap, and these two edges need to swap. So it makes it like a cross pattern if you were to draw arrows on it. And this is called a H perm. God knows why. It doesn't look like a H. But I suppose it's got like 2 lines. I don't know. But yeah, what you do is you do M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. I don't like doing H primes unless I absolutely have to, just because I messed them up a fair bit. Now here's a bit of a fun one. As you can see, these two need to swap next to each other, and these two need to swap next to each other. Now this is what we call a Z perm or a Z perm. Now how you would do this is you hold these two on the front and the right, these two on the back and the left. Now how you do this is you do M prime, U prime, M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, then just align it. Now that's the only way I know how to do it. You can get it done pretty fast if you don't mess up like I just did, but yeah, those are all 6 cases of what to do in True Look PLL. Comment which U perm is your favourite. Yeah. I should also say in the beginning, I hope to do a video on all 21 PLLs. And so I've shown you 6 in this video. I've shown you the U perms, both of them. The H perm, the opposite swap, the Z perm, and the ones we did at the beginning, the edge swapping one, that one is a T perm, and that is a Y perm. So yeah, comment down below what's your favourite U perm, leave a like on the video, drop a subscribe down below, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, have a nice day, I'll see you in the next one.